administration facing pushback from every GOP senator, every single one of them, plus the Democrat Joe Manchin, over its rule allowing retirement managers, anyone who handles your 401k, to factor climate and social issues when making investment decisions about your 401k. Lawmakers, including our next guest, say this political agenda puts your retirement plan at risk. It affects how much money you're making. GOP Congressman Andy Barr joins us now. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Good morning, Ainsley. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Tell us, this went into effect 2 days ago on January 30th. What exactly is the environmental, social, and governance rule set in place by the Biden administration?
Well, what it means is the Department of Labor is now going to be steering retail investors into politically motivated retirement funds as opposed to retirement funds that are exclusively dedicated to financial performance. This is a big problem in the middle of 40-year high record inflation. It's a big problem because it's estimated that there's a $3.8 trillion gap between what Americans have saved for retirement and what they're actually going to need for an affordable, comfortable retirement. And so we have a personal savings crisis in this country. Americans deserve their 401ks, their retirement plans to deliver maximum returns, financial returns. They don't need to have their retirement plans directed in a political manner to advance social, environmental, or political causes, in many cases, causes with which they disagree.
What are some of these investments that I might have in my 401k, you might, or anyone watching might have, that we no longer will be able to invest in?
Well, any kind of ETF or mutual fund that is invested in energy stocks is going to be subject to discrimination as a result of this rule. This is a real problem, especially when you had a stock sell-off like we saw last year, where these ESG funds underperformed the broader market. They underperformed because they were, by definition, less diversified. They were heavy in tech stocks, and this was a tech-heavy sell-off, and they were light in energy stocks. Energy stocks overperformed the market substantially. So when you're looking at these undiversified, less diversified ETFs, those are precisely the kinds of funds, these ESG funds, they're precisely the funds that you don't want to be invested in last year. There was an important study, Ainsley, that was conducted by UCLA and NYU a few years ago, and it said if you were invested in ESG funds, these politically correct funds that the Biden administration is promoting over the last 5 years, versus a plain vanilla S&P 500 fund, you are basically earning 2.5% less over that 5-year period. It's investing 101. You want to be diversified, and we need to depoliticize the allocation of capital so that Americans can have the retirement security that they deserve.
Exactly. I mean, this is our money. We should choose how we want to invest it. We'll make more money in certain stocks that they're not allowing us to invest in. I know that you're introducing legislation in the House. You'll be okay there because the Republicans have the House. Democrats have the Senate. Joe Manchin's on board. You have to get a few more Democrats in the Senate, but ultimately the president's going to veto this. So at least you're bringing awareness to it. Congressman Barr, thank you so much for being on with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's hand it over to